Big move in Bitcoin then, in contrast to all the notes I wrote pre-show, which were telling me that this was going to put Bitcoin under pressure.
Yeah, the narrative that perhaps this launch of these political meme coins will sap flows from Bitcoin is showing us that it's really not the case this morning. If anything, it's just accelerated the momentum and the excitement around cryptocurrency under another Trump
administration.
Hi, 𝗖𝗿𝘆𝗽. What is all this FOMO about? Should I buy Bitcoin now?
Are you smoking your socks? You should rather watch my show. You should rather watch my show.
Right, legends, welcome to another live stream. Smash up that like on your way in. If you're not already a subscriber, make sure that you subscribe for future notifications. This is where we teach technical analysis, look at the high probable rejection and bouncing areas, and loads of education. Legends, welcome to another live stream. Okay, I'm reading through the comments over here as the intro song was playing. Dropped off like I go. Gillian, well, enjoy your evening. It looks like you're dropping off. You need to go and eat. No financial advice. Like button is risk-free and no liquidations for smashing it. Absolutely correct. Mr. Crypto Big Brains and the mods in the house. Appreciate you guys' support. Good to see you here, bro. Joining the Discord. Alpha is so good. Hey, guys, looking forward to the stream. Papa Powell coming to rinse us tonight. Yes. What is it going to be? Is it going to be a fake out to the upside? Are we going to smash to the downside? We will discuss all the high probable scenarios in today's technical analysis in preparation for the FOMC interest rate decision or cut news that is coming out a little bit later. Right. So it is when 9 p.m. my time. Okay. Fed interest rate decision, and then the Fed press conference. And usually you get one move in a certain direction when the decision comes out. And then this little conference wipes out or eliminates that move. So if you move up over here, this conference is most probably going to move or wipe out the move to the upside. Or if this goes down, this is most probably going to push it up, right? It just happens every single time. Like the one cancels out the other one. It looks bullish and then it's bearish, or it looks bearish and then it becomes bullish, all of the sardines. Right. Legends, smash up the like. Let's get the party on the road. Let me say, still go through a couple of comments. Did Wave 2 just complete at the $101,000 500 tap? Ooh, I don't know, right? I don't know. And this is based on the probabilities that I want to discuss now. So quickly, when I take a time fib from the low to the high of this structure, you tell me, okay, this low was made where? And if you've been following me and paying attention in class, right, you should be able to tell me, do you think the low is in? Do you? We're pumping to the upside. We have bullish CVD building up, right? Can this be the pump before the dump? What can like to be happening over here? Right, legends, let me go. Remix in the house. Yes, Remix. I was hoping for a dip closer to the daily open. Yes, yes, yes. DJ Mix Live, much love. Dope intro. Thank you so much. Welcome. Thanks for joining the stream. Alex, you guys are just absolutely amazing with all the comments and keeping the conversation going. Irina, I actually saw your comment yesterday because I rewatched my stream of yesterday. I do often do that just to go and read through all the comments that I missed and just read the messages that the community left me. I do actually go and read comments after the fact. I sometimes or many times rewatch my live streams to also, you know, improve myself as a human and see where I stuffed up and what I can do potentially better for future live streams. I like to do that. And obviously all of the beautiful comments that people write me that I've missed. Okay. And potentially that also gives me some content that I need to talk about during my next live stream. So Irina, I saw your comment yesterday, only after the fact. So welcome back. I haven't seen you in a while. Thanks for joining. Great to see you here. Killer intro. Hello, Dewald. Yes. Right. And so the comments just go on. And guys, please, I do not skip people's comments by purpose. Okay. There's a lot of comments and the show needs to get on the road. Right. So sometimes I just scroll and click and scroll and click. Right. So I'm not missing anyone's comments on purpose. Hi, man. Roman, welcome to the live stream. iDark Striker, I really appreciate your support, and I think you are the one that's putting in those timestamps for me in the comment sections and posting those beautiful comments after the fact, after I've gone live, so I really appreciate that. Right, one, alts are hammered. Yes, alts are definitely taking a beating here to the downside. Altcoin portfolio is not looking great at the moment, but I mean, from a day trading perspective, we make money to the upside, to the downside with good risk management. Just want to make sure that me just want to do this ever so slightly over there. Right. Hugo. Wait. Good afternoon, Dewald. I love these lives. The best place on YouTube for anyone who wants to learn. Yes, and that is the goal of my channel. I want to teach. I want to teach you to become financially free from a trading perspective so that you can take those high probable trades, okay, with good risk management, making more profits than the money that you lose, not FOMO into trade. So thank you so much. Hugo, hi, Dewald. Fresh haircut, nice waves. Yes, I got a fresh new haircut today. Abu, hello. Rahul, hello. Joanne, is it Joanne? Just listen. Try to learn about BTC. Yes, just listen, right? There's just listen. Hope you're in a good health and wealth. Yes, always. Right, legends, let's get the party on the road. Hi, Dewald Legend, welcome to the live stream. And I think I have now covered all the comments over here. So let's get the party here on the road. I think everything is good. Stream should be coming through nicely. Okay, so now, legends, based on this little scenario, okay, that I drew over here, do you think the low is in? Let me know in the comments. Do you think the low is in? Based on what I have here on the chart, do you think the low is in? Do you think there's a high probability that the low is in? Let me know. Right. You are like Unishares for crypto traders. Right. I really need to... what was that? I really need to meet you one day. Yes, I mean, I need to start arranging some meetups. I know that there's a couple of people here in South Africa that also follow me. So perhaps that's where I need to start here in Joburg, a couple of meetups. I have met up with some of the fans here in Joburg already on a one-to-one basis. It just takes way too much time. I must rather just say, guys, I'm going to be at this venue. If you'd like to join this time, this date, beers on me. Come and join me at the venue. Maybe, you know, I need to do something like that. Then maybe fly to Cape Town and maybe go to Dubai, meet up with Andy and then do a meetup there with everyone. Right. No. Okay. No. So do you believe the low is in? No. Yes, Robin. Yes, maybe, you know, the people that are saying yes, and I'm not saying it's wrong. Okay. It's just a game of probabilities at the end of the day. Right? If price rockets here to the upside, I'm going to say, okay, well, it was a low probability, but it happened. Okay. No, not yet. No, I didn't. Yes, ID Strucker. No, it didn't reach the 382 just as yet. Okay. When you have a nice little impulse to the upside, you want the corrective structure to at least minimum finish after the 382. This is why I have this line in red. Very important line. If a low is made before this very important line, after an impulse to the upside, and you have a corrective structure that finishes before the 0.382, it decreases the probabilities that the low is in. You want the low after an impulse to at least be made after the 0.382, ideally inside of this zone. It is very normal for a corrective structure to be longer than an impulse. Often you will see a nice little impulse to the upside, and then the corrective structure just takes forever and ever and ever and ever. And then all of the sardines at one bangs to the upside. Okay. It's very normal for corrective structure to be longer than an impulse, but it's very uncommon, not impossible, but it's very uncommon for a low to be in before the minimum target. Okay, it's not a hardcore rule. It is just based on probabilities. Okay, from a probability perspective, the probabilities are higher that the low is not in. Okay, hope I've clarified that. No. Okay, it didn't reach the 382. No, no, no. Okay, so I mean, you guys have been paying attention in class, right? So this could be a little liquidity grab here to what? No, because a wave B is very short in time. Exactly, exactly. Well, not really B, it's A, right? Because after an impulse, you have an A, B, C, okay, or a WXY. I know it gets confusing, but you want to see a three-wave corrective structure. It can also be a flat, okay, that takes the high, makes people believe we're going higher, and it takes the low in an ABC flat, right? The one thing I just want to stress, legends, is that the lowest point, if, for example, let's say the following plays out. Let's say this plays out. Okay, we start building a little bit of a bull flag. And price rejects over here, it comes back down, it goes back up, it comes back down, and it forms that beautiful bull flag. And then it breaks out to the upside. Okay, it's not to say, okay, let me just take the comments here out the way. Right, it's not to say that the lowest point of the corrective structure has to be in this zone. What it basically means is that the corrective structure needs to end in this zone. So you could have a low before the 382, but this is still a corrective structure in a WXY. Okay, so you basically then have a WXY and a WXY that ends in a triangle in an ABCDE breaks to the upside. It basically means that your correction came to an end over here. It doesn't necessarily have to take the low. So yes, it's not easy, right, legends? It's not easy. But when you start learning Elliott wave theory and you can identify potential W, X, and a Y wave that can end either in a triangle or in a flat, okay, and these are the scenarios that I want to discuss now. Right, so legends, two scenarios that a couple of scenarios that I'm watching here at the moment is to say that, well, perhaps the low is not in just as yet, okay, but there is the chance, there is that chance. Let's go here onto the 15-minute time frame, just focusing on this structure over here. There is a chance, never an invalidation, that we have formed, let me take my, okay, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and if I take this time fib out the way, you guys will see that little pivot there to the upside. And in actual fact, if I zoom into the smaller time frames, I can count 5 waves in that little structure, which tells me it's definitely a possibility for a 5th wave to have ended over there. And basically what we formed is a contracting diagonal. Okay, in Elliott wave theory, it plays out quite often. Right, there we go. Contracting diagonal. Very, very common. I see them play out all the time. Okay, you basically form that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a wave 1. You form that 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ABC flat or running flat over there in a wave 3, and then you have A, B, C, 3-wave corrective structure over here, and then you go back up for the last and final 5th wave, and then you start the corrective structure. So this corrective structure now needs to correct this impulse over here. And this does look awfully corrective, okay? It does not look impulsive. So usually when you see impulses to the upside, you are most likely going to get a corrective structure, hopefully that does not take the low, and it moves back up, either in an A, B, C to the upside, or a 1, 2, 3, okay? Because an A wave can also be a 5-wave structure. Right, legends, after I've explained what I'm about to explain and busy explaining over here, I will get to the potential trading setups that I'm looking at, okay? When price reacts at these certain levels, I will be paying attention, and I will get to that in a second. Remember to smash up the like. Let me put my background music on over here. Let me just see if it's coming through. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Right, let's just put it there in the background so it's not too disturbing. My voice is much louder than the music. So for those of you that complain about the music, I like it. Okay, I wanted to say go fly a kite, but I can't be rude, right? Some people just don't like it, but I like a little bit of ambience here in the background because, you know, I am talking to myself, right? There's no one talking back. All I've got here is the comments, the amazing comments here at the moment. Right, Finn, welcome to the live stream, man. How do you pull those time fibs? Oh, how do I pull the time fibs? So you have a little tool. Okay, I've got a little favorites bar over here, but it looks like this. It's called trend-based fib time. It looks like that. Okay, you click on it, and then what you do is your first click is on the lowest point. Click. Okay, your second click is on the highest point over there. Click. Okay, so what it basically does is your first click snaps it on over here. Your second click snaps it on over here. Now it looks at this time. Okay, it looks at this time. And now if this is your impulse, okay, now it measures, well, how long has your corrective structure taken so far? And you can see it's made before the 0.382. Guys, I have tried everything to make these numbers bigger because some people tell me, Dewald, we can't read the numbers. There's no setting to make these numbers bigger. Okay, I've tried. Okay, if you guys will see. If I click on here and I open up the settings, you can't. You can only shift them left, right, center, middle, top, bottom. That's it. You can't make the font bigger. Under coordinates, nothing. Under visibility, nada. Right? So can't make it bigger. Right, legends? That is how you can like to be using the time fib. Very simple tool to use. Okay, very simple but a very effective tool to use. Okay, especially in some of your favorite altcoins as well. When you can count a nice, or when you see a nice impulsive structure to the upside, go and take your time fib from the low to the high and go and see how long that corrective structure has taken since the high has been made. And you will be pleasantly surprised to see that, well, are you potentially hitting a buy zone? Or have you not hit the 0.382 yet? Should you rather just still sit on your hands because price could continue dumping to the downside? Okay. Interesting thing, right, legends? If you go onto the daily, you know, let's just play around over here to show you guys. If I zoom into the previous bull cycle, okay, previous bull cycle over here, there we go. Let me put it on the 3-day chart, or the 2-day chart, so we can just have a little bit more data on the screen. Okay, so this was the previous bull cycle, and this was the lowest point, this was the highest point, and this was the lowest point after we've made the correction. So interestingly, if you take your time fib from that low to the high, where was the low made for the bear market? Okay, we actually had a massive bull market here to the upside, and the low of the bear market was made round about the 0.618, but most importantly, it was made after the 0.382. So you can even use the time fib to say that, well, if we do go into a macro bear market, okay, and things are just dumping, before you go and buy the dips and buy the dips and buy the dips, perhaps you should only start buying the dips after the 0.382, because you can see if you used your minimum target, which is the 0.382 over here, and you bought the dips over here, you would now be massively in profit. Massively. Okay? Great strategy. I mean, such a simple tool, and yet such an amazing, effective strategy. I can tell you guys now, right? If Bitcoin, let's just play it out, for example, if Bitcoin had to start dumping here to the downside and we go into a bear market, then what you will do is you will take your time fib from the bottom to the top, okay, and you only start accumulating once we hit that 0.382. That's where you start accumulating, right? You're going to save yourself a lot of pain by trying to buy the dips over here and buying the dips over here and buying the dips over here and buying the dips over here before we've hit the 0.382. Okay, so very effective tool, and this tool can be used on the 1 minute time frame, on the daily time frame, on the weekly time frame, you name it, right? You can look at any structure, and what you would like to see is ideally for the low to be made after the 0.382, but there is rare instances, 1 out of 10 times, maybe 2 out of 10 times, where a corrective structure makes a low, for example, before the 0.382, and then it starts pumping. Okay, it does happen, and like I say, time is never an invalidation, but it does increase or decrease the probabilities. And we trade probabilities at the end of the day. Okay, so sorry guys, I just love to educate, so I just had to show everyone the power of this little tool over here. Okay, so let's get back into this little structure. And one thing before we continue that I want to highlight over here is, legends, if you're not trading with weeks just as yet, not sure what you are waiting for, the deal is not going to last forever, right? Largest sign-up bonus here on Weeks. Weeks and Bluffin is my 2 favorite day trading exchanges. It's the only 2 exchanges that I use to do day trading. I've also got some swing positions open, and you get that insane 50% discount on your trading fees only by using the link down in the description. So it's also your way to support the channel, but I make sure that I get you the best deals. Okay, you get the best deals. So if you go and Google Weeks or Bluffin and you sign up by yourself, ain't no 50% discount on your trading fees, ain't no 20k sign up bonus, and also the more you trade, the more money, you know, rains from the sky into your account. The more you trade, the more money gets airdropped into your account. Okay, Bluffin up to 100k gets airdropped into your account depending on your account size and how much you trade, and up to 20k sign up bonus here for Weeks at the moment. Okay, right, legends. So the structure that I'm looking at here at the moment is to say that, okay, Dewald, now you've made your point. Dewald, damn it. You've made your point, okay? Maybe the low is just not in as yet. My trend-based fib time requires 3 point, meaning 3 clicks, not 2 clicks. Is it 3 clicks? 1, 2, oh, 3. Yes, okay. You have to click it 3 times. Sorry, legends. I'm so used to double clicking at the end, I didn't even realize I double clicked. Okay, so 1 double click, 1 double click, right? Because this is to do other things as well, right? But I'm just keeping it simple here at the moment. Sorry about that. Yes, it is a double click indeed at that little high over there. Missed that one. Legends, the one corrective structure that I'm keeping an eye on, and you know, let's discuss the highest probable structure that I think is going to play out. Input the music slightly ever so softer, because we have a high impact news event today. Okay, after you've made an impulse to the upside, you can either have a simple A, B, C, and you continue, and ideally you make this low after the 0.382. Okay, or you could form an ABC, which is a double, a zigzag in a W, and this is a complex corrective structure in a X, which I think this looks like it's a WXY, And now this damn Y wave, okay? The Y wave, this is damn you Y wave. Y waves are extremely complex. You know, the W's and the X's are usually easily to identify. But these damn Y waves, okay, they can end in a triangle. They can end in a triangle. So you basically form A, B, C, D, E. Each high and each low is not allowed to take each other, which means this high is not allowed to take this high. This high is not allowed to take this high. This low is not allowed to take this low. This low is not allowed to take this low. And that is a perfect bull flag. Okay. And it breaks out. This is a Y wave. This structure is a Y structure. WXY. But because of the news and the volatility that's coming out, I think that this scenario has low probability. Okay. A Y wave can also end in a flat. And this is the high probability scenario that I want to discuss today, is to say that you form a W, X, and then the Y can be a flat. It takes the high and it takes the low, and then it rampages to the upside. And this structure kind of makes more sense based on the volatility that we kind of expecting tonight, is to say that, well, what if price continues to pump here to the upside? It gets everyone excited. Everyone is euphoric. Yes, I caught the low. We going back. The bull market is back, baby. And it falls, stops you out. Okay. And this is a perfectly normal WXY inside of a flat. Basically, a flat takes the high, it takes the low, and then it rock and rolls to the upside. What I do like about this scenario is, going back to the time fib, is right, that low potentially will now be made in the zone where it's supposed to be made. Okay. Hope that makes sense. Smash up the like for the education legends. Smash up that like button. Do not be bearish with that like button. Okay. How many likes do we have? Can I see how many likes we have here on this dashboard of mine? Can I like to see views? For some reason I can't see. Oh, here we go. 100 likes, 266 or 270 people watching. I think we can do a little bit better. Okay. Can we get 200 likes for this live stream? It has happened a couple of times where the likes are exactly the same as the people watching the live stream, and then my heart just pumps chocolates. Okay, it's very rare that that happens, but it has happened in my live streams before, where the likes matched the number of people watching. So really appreciate the love out there. It gets me to grow the channel, bring more education to the traders out there. And right, legends, also your ways to show support. So now that I have explained the flat, okay, now we can go and look for some areas of confluence. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is go and work out a flat target. So if I take a fib from that little high over there, a trend-based fib to the low, and I drag it across, okay, now I have flat targets. The most common flat box is over here. That is a flat box. Whoops. Okay. Between the 1.238, 1.382 and the 1.236. If price had to pump over here, making the world bullish, and it comes to this little box, okay, and it comes to this little box over here, be very careful. If you playing a long year to the upside, okay, that is definitely a profit taking area, because price could definitely smash up here. It completes a flat target to the upside. It gets the weakness, the rejection, and as soon as price dips below this high that was made over here, that's going to be a bearish sign, because then you could start dumping to the downside to come and claim this low. So there is a shorting opportunity that I'm not going to miss, depending on how late this happens. Maybe I'll be sleeping and then I'll just wake up and take the next probable trade. Okay, the days of me staying awake to do trading are over. I don't do that anymore. I know a lot of you still do that, and it's perfectly fine, right? We all need to go through the how can I say, the staring at charts phase. So very two important levels. What I also like potentially about the flat zone over here, okay, between $104,000 and $105,000 is when I go and look at liquidity. Okay, let's go and look at the heat map. Do you guys see where the liquidity lies? Okay, right over there we have liquidity, and that is more or less in confluence with that flat target. It's literally most of the liquidity lies above this high over here, which is this high over here. Okay, although this is the most common target for a flat to the upside, I just want to highlight that any price action above this high is considered a flat. This is just the most common zone that I've highlighted. So if price continues here to the upside, okay, it doesn't have to reject in this box. It can literally reject above the high. It could literally do this and fall down. That is also a flat. It's less common, but it's still a target. Okay, so all I'm sharing here with you guys is the most common flat target here to the upside. So I will be watching basically a swing failure pattern from the high, and this is where I will make a trading decision. If it shows strength and it keeps on breaking up, this is where I will pay attention. If price taps the 1.618, it invalidates a flat, and this was the low, and we are most likely going to continue to the upside. A flat is not allowed to tap the 1.618. Not allowed. So this gives you a little bit of a clue. Okay, the clue is as follows. If Dewald can like to be attempting a short in this zone, that is where my stop loss will be. Because I know if price continues to pump here to the upside and it stops me out, okay, it's most likely going to continue. Yes, it can continue in a straight line to the upside, or it can get the rejection, make a higher low, and then continue back to the upside. Okay, it's just you decrease the probabilities for a flat that's going to fall down and take the low once you tap the 1.618. Okay, so swing failure from the high, and preferably a rejection in this zone, and that is basically a W, X, Y, and the Y is going to end up in a flat. Hope that makes sense. Like smash, Mr. Gold Star, welcome to the live stream. Thank you so much. Yes, I see you smashed the like. Ooh, we're almost at 150 likes. Legends, I appreciate the support as always. We've been friends for a few years now, but okay. My God, I've caught the live. You've caught the live, Mr. Gold Star. Out of interest, Mr. Gold Star, what is the time there by you at the moment? Lol, best DJ there is. Parabolic New Zealand. Okay, I'm just skimming through some comments over here. Dewald is a chartaholic. Yes, I spoke about chartaholics this morning during my Legends update. Okay, cool, Legends. I just want to see, are we building up strength? Yes, we are still building up strength. Even with the dump here to the downside, we have insane bullish CVD building up. Can you guys see this? Okay, market makers are just absorbing shorts like crazy here at the moment. Look at this. Okay, CVD is absolutely tanking, which shows me absorption of shorts, of retail shorts with larger limit orders by market makers. They are absorbing the shorts here to the downside. A triple confirmation. Okay, so Legends, shorting opportunity, shorting opportunity. Okay, from a longing perspective, that's going to be interesting. And I need the flat to be in order to accurately calculate where this can the C wave can go to the downside. But let's look for areas of confluence. If I take a Fibonacci from the low, okay, normal Fibonacci from the low to the high, and let's take this fib extension out because that's creating confusion at the moment. Oops. Okay, so let's play out the scenario. If price pumps here to the upside, it rejects and it comes back down, it's taken the high, and we now know, okay, oh, potential flat structure is now playing out over here. Usually in a flat, when the B takes the high, the C takes the low. Okay, most commonly it does that. If it does not take the low, right, and it just turns around before it takes the low, it's called a running flat, which means the B took the high, but the C does not want to take the low. Okay, it's low enough. The C is not interested. Okay, maybe there's not enough liquidity, whatever the case might be, but it is a rare structure. Most commonly, the B takes the high, the C takes the low. Okay, so if the C had to fall here aggressively to the downside, now this is where I start switching on my point of controls, my daily levels, my weekly levels, and I go and look for areas of confluence. And the only area of confluence that I can see over here where I don't just have a Fibonacci level is the 0.786 in confluence with a daily naked point of control. Okay, so things could get really ugly very quickly. Maybe the world turns bullish. Oh, look at what we have above. Okay, that is interesting. I just want to go quickly see something here. Let's go work out the flat targets. Reverse it. Ooh. Right, we have some insane confluence inside of the flat box as well. Okay, so let me draw in that box so that we remember where that boxy is going to be, right? That is your flat box over there. So if I now take out this fib level, clean up the chart ever so slightly over here, okay, this is now where the planets for me starts aligning. Okay, oh, I love it. As a technical trader, this is what, you know, gives me goosebumps. This is what turns me into chartaholic. Okay, is that if we're going to create a flat here to the upside, we have a weekly point of control. We have a naked point of control. Okay, so if I switch off the weekly, you can see there's a naked point of control. If I switch off the point of controls, you'll see there's a weekly point of control. So we have strong resistance. Okay, the force is strong with this one. Then what? What if we successfully reject over here and we come back down? So can you guys see it can get really ugly very quickly over here? Okay, and I'm basing the scenario which actually aligns with Elliott wave theory, which aligns with the confluences on my chart based on what could potentially play out with the Fed interest rate decision and conference that's going to happen a little bit later. Okay, so for now, I think based on news, for me, this looks like it could be the highest probable scenario that's going to play out. Make the world bullish. Let retail long with all they have. Let them go and 100x these positions. Then you go and liquidate their accounts. You stop out. You scare the crap out of everyone. Okay, the low is going to be taken. Okay. We're going to take the low. We're going to take the low because C waves are very aggressive to the downside and they are very scary. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They happen very quick to the downside. C waves can be very aggressive and they also like to end on an extreme amount of volume. Okay. And what if we then, you know, up, down, and then we start building impulses back to the upside, where this is still a bullish structure. This is part of the corrective structure. It claimed the high, it claimed the low, swept up the liquidity, It basically reset the market. Okay, sweeps it up, ABC flat, and then it continues to the upside. So that is kind of the scenarios that I'm watching over here, legends, and regardless of how the structure plays out. So from a simplicity perspective, whether we are forming, okay, I think if we're going to form a triangle over here, I don't know if a triangle has the highest probable chance of playing out based on the news, but remember, we could still form a triangle over here where A, B, C, D, E. I'm not sure if we're going to get this boring price action during today's news, but it is still on the cards. If price continues to range over here, okay, then there's no more flat. If I see this structure, there ain't no more flat. We most likely smashing that level, and we're going to tap that 1.618, and we're going to invalidate the flat structure. If price, another scenario is, if price falls first, before it moves up, it just falls and it claims this low, and it can even claim this low, I will consider a swing failure pattern from this low. And then obviously the 786 together with a daily naked point of control. So you're either going to build a triangle, you're either going to do the flat and then continue, or you are going to fall down and continue to the upside, because then the low, okay, is now after the 0.382. Perfect place. We didn't form a flat, we just formed a normal zigzag to the downside. Normal zigzag, okay? A, B, C, W, X, Y, zigzag to the downside. So that is basically what I see here on the price of Bitcoin, legends. And then, okay, I just have to highlight, I've now spoken about a bullish case scenario over here. And guys, smash up the like for the education. This is what I am passionate about, is to teach you how to do this yourself. So if you follow me for long enough, you won't even have to watch my live streams going forward. You won't even have to watch anyone else, because you'll know exactly how to do, you will know how to do technical analysis by yourself without watching anyone else. Okay. Right. I'm talking my mouth dry over here. Let's see. Let's go through some comment sections and comments, and then I will continue. Bearish CBD bullish. Bearish on CBD, bullish on THC. Hello, Dewald. Hope you are well. Empty. Yes, I'm doing fantastic. Facts. Right. Destroy the like button, guys. Yes. What's the time? What time is the news? Well, I'm not sure what time is the news in your area, but in my area in South Africa, it is at 9 p.m. and at the moment it is almost 8:15 here, so it's in round about 45 minutes. And maybe I'll even be live during that time. Okay, maybe I'll still be live during that time. I'll see if I run out of energy and out of steam. Okay, and we can check the scenarios together and play the probabilities together over here on the live stream. I do not particularly like to trade news events. I trade technical analysis. Okay, so usually when there's a high impact news day, I go make some popcorn, put it in the microwave, or make some manual popcorn on the stove with some butter, and I just watch the price action unfold until the markets calm down, and then I will take a trading decision. Again, I'm not a big news fundamental trader. Okay, 7 p.m. for the news, I think. Okay, in your time. Right. Damn you, sea waves. Yes, sea waves. They are very scary. Okay, don't let this stream dip. Pump it up with a like. Right. Thanks, Junior. Appreciate always the support over here. Mr. Junior, I also noticed that yesterday you posted some altcoin requests from the community. And like I said, when I rewatched my live stream after the fact, I actually saw the value that you've added. So much appreciated. I will pay more attention to your comments in the future. Okay, so thanks for that. I appreciate it. It's after 50 minutes. Well, it's now 8:15 and it's 9 p.m., right? So it's in 45 minutes from now. Right. Dewald, check BTC dominance. We can go have a look at that in the moment. What I can do is I will flag that comment and we'll get back to it. Bull, hit the like button. Yes, stay with us. I have a beer when there is FOMC news, because it is crazy volatility. Yes, it is usually crazy volatility. Okay, Finn, build on like popcorn, no butter, salt, please. Right, legends, let's get back into the show. Okay, let's go, legends. That is basically the scenarios that I see here on the price of Bitcoin. I've highlighted all the scenarios, legends. Look for a short in this zone. We look for a long in this zone. I will consider an SFP from the low, and I will also consider an SFP from the high. Now I have a trading plan. This is the most important thing that you can do as a technical trader, is to have shorting levels and to have longing levels, because no one can predict the price of Bitcoin. And if anyone tells you on their YouTube channel that they can accurately predict the price every single time, they are smoking their socks. Okay, and this is why a plan is so important, because now that I have a plan, regardless of what price does, when price comes to one of my levels, I'm going to be paying attention. And I know what to do with good risk management. Okay? If price comes to my level, I know what to do over here and I know what to do over here. I know what to do over here and I know what to do over here. So now I'm not scared of what price is going to do. But the one thing you need to teach yourself is that you need to wait for price to come to your area of interest. Do not trade to your area of interest. You need to trade from your area of interest. This is my area of interest. This is my area of interest. This is my area of interest, and this is my area of interest. And until price hits any of these levels, I do nothing. One of the reasons a lot of people still lose money while trading is because they enter a trade, okay, they play the breakout over here and price falls down. And then they're like, fuck, I had a plan, but I tried to trade some shit over here. Okay, they lose money by trying to trade to the area of interest, and they are not making money because they're not trading from the area of interest. So for me as a technical trader, what I like to do is I wait for price to come to my plan. And if I don't see the price action that I like at my plan, I do not enter the trade. And if I do enter the trade, I enter with good risk management. If price comes up here, okay, and I enter a position, let me just take all the scribble out and draw that out properly. Okay, because you guys know I love to educate, and I specifically love to talk about risk management because there's not a lot of channels that talk about risk management. Everyone wants to show you their favorite alt and meme coin and show off their $1 million trades and the Ferraris and the beautiful houses and the jacuzzis and whatnot ever. But very, very seldom will those people actually teach you proper risk management, how to protect your capital, because the market is designed to take your cash. It's designed that way. So if you are not going to learn proper risk management, you are not going to succeed as a successful trader. You're not. Okay. If price comes to my level and I enter with my stop above the high, I will get stopped out if price continues. Because this is another mistake. People are like, I saw people saying that this is a rejection zone, so I'm going to keep on adding to my position. And you start stressing, the sweat starts dripping off your face, you start biting your nails, the popcorn doesn't taste good anymore, okay, because now you're starting to lose some serious cash because maybe you applied way too much leverage, you went in with your entire account, and then maybe when you get over here, you don't have any more money to deploy, and then it starts getting close to your liquidation price, and then you're like, oh shit, okay, and then you get liquidated, right? You have to, you have to trade with good risk management. If I see the price action that I like and I know where to put my stop loss and I get stopped out, I do not. As long as price is trading above my area of interest, I am not interested in taking the trade. If price comes back down and it trades below my area of interest, I will consider a trade, because then I know where to put my stop loss and how much capital to deploy, depending on how far the wick is, where I have to put my stop loss, etc., etc., etc. So guys, I always highlight, this adding to position story, because that is the #1 liquidation killer for 99% of traders that start out. This little tactic over here where you add and add to position is the reason 99% of new traders that start out, this is how they lose their accounts. That's the #1 reason. Okay, you can take that to the bank. And let me know in the comments if this has happened to you, because I used to make this mistake. Not once, a couple of times when I started out. You are so confident in your technical analysis that you just like, nah, it's going to turn around. It's going to turn around. And you keep on adding. It's going to turn around because now you have to keep on adding. Otherwise, your position is going to get liquidated. So you keep on adding a little bit of money. So like, you know, it's going to turn around. It's going to turn around. And then, you know, it doesn't turn around. And yeah, and then long tears and lots of money down the drain. Okay, so that's why I always hammer on that scenario, because it's the #1 reason why people liquidate their positions, is because they add to positions and they are not willing to take the knock on the chin from a stop loss perspective. I get stopped out many times, legends. I can tell you guys now, I get stopped out many times. But I keep my losses small and I keep the wins bigger. Right, legends, and remember, if you'd like to come and trade with me, weeks, I've also got weeks pinned here in the comment section above, okay? I've got weeks pinned over there, where you get 50% discount on your trading fees, up to 20k sign-up bonus, and this is the exchange that I now, both of these exchanges is what I use to do my daily trading, and all you need is an email and a password, and you can start leverage trading with good risk management, okay? Right, so what are you waiting for? I had that, yes. Simba family, I had that. Right, I'm not sure if you are referring to what I've just shared over here. Can you please review Dogecoin? Coming 1 to 3 year time, right? We can go and look at alts in a moment. Story of my life, yes. I mean, if you have not done that, okay, I don't think you've traded yet. If you haven't made that mistake that I've just highlighted, you're either lying and or you haven't traded properly yet, okay, or you are a very cautious trader and you are disciplined and you've taken $10 and you are practicing your trading strategy with good risk management. You know, if you're doing that, well, congratulations, but you know, good on you, really good on you. But I think 99% of traders has made that mistake. Never thought about that. Influencer just focus on their coins, but do not teach your risk management. Thank you for your knowledge. Miss Melanie, yes, thank you so much for the support. Great to see you here. I think it's late enough for you to be awake, and always appreciate the support. Hey, Gillian, you're here. If you finished your food, then God candle. Right, cool. Legends, let's get... Can you please review Doge? Yes, I've gone through that. How likely is it that BTC goes to much lower levels? This is now the scenario I want to discuss. Okay, so I have now gone and discussed the probabilities inside of this structure. Okay, but I do like to play what if scenarios with myself. What if the market is going to give us something that no one is expecting, not even myself? I want to have a plan, because if I get price action that I'm not expecting and it hits a certain level, even where I'm not expecting price to hit the level, I want to have a plan. So let's look at the bearish case scenario. Let me go back here onto the 4-hour time frame, and I can just take all this noise here out the way, wait for that to load up. Okay, let's clean up the chart. Right, so now worst case scenario is, legends, what if price just falls? Doesn't do anything that Dewald just highlighted. It just falls. Okay, we have to have a plan to the downside. My plan, one of my plans is, if I take a fixed range profile of this entire range that we've been in since November. Just wait for that to load up. For some reason my internet is a little bit slow here at the moment. Okay, my plan is as follows. Oops, let's do that again. Deleted the wrong thing over there. Wait for that to load up. In this range, we have a point of control which has not been tapped on the Binance chart that I use to do my technical analysis. So another plan that I will keep in mind is that if price falls to the downside, bounces on the point of control, you're most likely going to get a reaction when you hit this level, because it's where the most amount of volume was traded, and it usually offers that floor for a bounce. I'm not saying it's going to do this. I'm saying that it's going to bounce, and it's most likely going to react over there. If price gets acceptance back above this low, so if price just tanks for some reason, it bounces here and it starts trading above this low, that to me is my next plan to play along to the upside. Claim the low, and then you find acceptance back above, bouncing on the naked point of control. A little bit further down, okay, because now we have to look at this structure. We have to look at this structure. I will take a Fibonacci from the low to the high, okay? I don't want to just play out the scenario of this yet, legends. There's a lot that needs to happen before this happens, okay? And it's highly unlikely that based on today's news event that it's just going to do this. There's lots of support in the zone. There's still a 618 we haven't tapped. There's still a 786 we haven't tapped. So I think there's a lot that needs to happen, and there's a lot of time that still needs to pass before we potentially claim the low in the worst case scenario over here. It's not just going to fall down in a straight line. It's highly unlikely from a probabilities perspective. You want to see waves, okay, to the downside. Waves to the downside, and that takes time. So it's most probably going to take a couple of days, week, maybe 2 weeks for this structure to play out before it claims the lows. So I'm building my plan inside of this zone. There's no use looking that far down at the moment. Okay, so I have my plan inside of this zone, which I've just gone through in a lot of detail, and then I have the 0.618 together with the point of control of the entire range that we formed. We have a little bit of a order block that can provide support over there. So if this had to happen, I will be interested in a long. Okay, so that is my next plan right over there. I just want to switch on my today analysis and see, do I have a little bit of a level further down? Yes. Then I also have, okay, let me just take out some of these lines. Switch that off, switch that off. Okay, then I have this little interesting box here at the bottom. This is also a very strong area of support. So maybe there's, too much confluence here. Too many people are watching this level. Price falls down. It does get a bounce, but it continues to fall. I can still make money with that bounce. If you know how to take profits and where to take profits, maybe you reject there by the trend. Okay, the trend. Maybe you reject by the trend. I take profits and it falls down to the downside. I love this box as well. Look at the beautiful consolidation area over here that's providing support, or that could provide support. The longer the consolidation, the more volume was traded inside of that zone, and that is most likely where you can also expect a bounce. What I do like about this level is that it stands in the middle of nowhere where no one is expecting the bounce. Okay, it's not tapping any Fibonacci levels. It's just, and it has confluence with high volume, a high volume node as well. It has confluence there with a high volume node. I want to see if I do have daily and weekly levels alignment over there. So let me go and switch on some levels. Dailies, yes, we have a daily level and we have a weekly level over there. So I would not be surprised, okay, if price tanks. Yes, you could still get that bounce to the upside. Maybe you reject by the trend. So that's a long. I can make significant money with that little bounce to the upside. This could be the bounce that does that, but it could also be the bounce that forms a lower high, lower high, lower high, okay, and it falls back down, and then here you have the high volume node, you have a weekly level, you have a daily level, and as a technical trader we build up confluence. Okay, so there's a weekly level. If I switch off the weeklies, there's a daily level at exactly the same place. There's a weekly and a daily level there. There is a consolidation from a support volume perspective, there's a high volume node. So this is definitely a zone where I will be paying attention. Okay, and I do like this zone because it doesn't have confluence with Fibonacci levels, and that usually surprises a lot of traders. If you lose the 0.618, the logical thing that people and traders think about is, oh, it's going to the next level. And what if it doesn't go to the next level? It just bounces and it breaks out. Right. The popcorn doesn't taste nice anymore. Sorry for if it was told earlier, but I should not go up right after talk. Okay. Right, Dewald, what is comments? Let's go. Super chat. Right, we've got a super chat here in the house. Thank you so much for the super chat from Troy. Dewald, how do I do a trend-based FIB with 2 points? When I do mine, the targets go below the price action. Yes, it depends on how you want to measure it. Okay, so let me show you quickly. A little bit of, you guys just know when someone asks me an education question, I get excited. Okay, I really get excited. So, for example, if I have a wave, okay, I have a wave, and I expecting a breakout to the upside, and I want to see how far can this wave climb to the upside. Okay, that's the goal of what I'm trying to achieve over here. I will then take a trend-based FIB, and I will first click on the low, second click on the high, third click on the low. But now you can see, like you've mentioned, but Dewald, your levels are going down. You then click on your settings button over here. You scroll down and there's a little reverse icon over there. You click on reverse. Now what it does is it throws the levels to the upside where you want to see the levels. So I am measuring this wave to the corrective structure to see that, well, if this is a 1, 2 and we are building a C wave or a third wave here to the upside, okay, there's now your targets here to the upside. So now you have resistance, you have the 1.618, the 1.236. This is how you get your levels to the upside. If I am measuring a flat, okay, it's very different measuring a flat. So if I go back here onto the 15-minute time frame, okay, I wanted to measure this flat here to the upside. I do the same thing. I go to my trend-based FIB. I want to measure the flat, and I have to take the flat from the highest point to the lowest point because this is 5 and this is an A wave. This is my first wave to the downside. I click, okay, at this high, I click again, but you can see my levels are going to the downside. I drag it across, I click again, and now I reverse it back to the upside. Okay, and now I have my little flat box. Oh, I think I deleted it. But now I have my flat box. Okay, in terms of knowing what each level means, that comes with experience, and that comes with following my channel where I drop the education. Okay, you might be looking at these levels, and I'm sure if you go and reset this to default settings, you're going to have a lot of other levels there that you don't actually need. In fact, you don't actually even need the 0.786, but I do have it there because it is a rare C wave target, and I have seen those play out in the past. Okay, but the 1.382 and the 1.236, I know if you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is your A wave, and this is now creating a 3 wave structure in a B wave to the upside. Okay, this is your flat box. Most commonly your flat box. You can get a little bit more creative. You'll see I've got many levels in here and I just switch them on and off as I need them. The 1.05, this little bad boy over here, you can see how close they are together. The 1 to 1 and the 1.05 is also a flat target. A little bit more rare, but still a flat target. And this is why I said I will consider an SFP from the high, because what if price breaks up here and it falls down? It did tap a flat target, which is a little bit more rare, but they still play out. And it didn't hit the common, the box that we're all expecting, where that daily and that weekly level is over there. So Troy Saunders, I hope I've helped you out. Okay, I hope I have helped you out. Thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate it. Right, super chat from Troy. Yes, I have gone through that. Got it. I needed to be reversed. Yes, that's the trick. You just click on reverse. Okay, you just click on reverse. Great content, great knowledge. Only missing your like and subscribe. Of course, Mr. Junior. Only. Oh, Rudy in the house. B waves can have multiple targets. Yes, Rudy, you are quite correct. B waves are notoriously difficult to trade. They are very difficult to trade because a B wave, unfortunately, has many targets. But I'm specifically only talking about a B flat. Okay. B wave, when you take a fib from the high to the low, okay, it can reject by the 0.382, by the 0.5, by the 0.618, 786, 0.88, 1-to-1 extension, 1.05, 1.236, and 1.382. You don't really want to see it go higher and tap the 1.618. A B wave has it has a lot of targets, but a B flat, and this is the scenario that I'm highlighting now, is that most commonly it rejects here and it rejects here, most commonly. Okay, but this is the most common B flat to the upside. So quite right, Rudy, you've nailed it. B waves are notoriously difficult to trade, and if you are inside of a B wave in, for example, a long trade, so if you maybe got into this trade over here, and you know this is now potentially forming a B wave to the upside, it's very difficult to know where to take profits because they have so many targets where they can turn around and tank to the downside. Okay. In actual fact, now that I look at this structure, legends, did we not talk about yesterday? Did we not talk about this little pivot over here? Swing failure pattern from the low. Did we not talk about that? Okay. I'll be honest, this was not an easy one to trade. Okay. It was not an easy one to trade, but we spoke about this range low yesterday. Price comes down. It gets acceptance back above, and potentially it comes to claim the high. Okay? Has to be said that it did in actual fact play out. We did get the turnaround, but it was not easy, also considering the high time frame candles that closed below. Not an easy trade, okay? I like to see something like this. These ones, for me, are beauties. I love those little wicks that stay behind. This was not a SFP, it was a failed auction. Okay, so when you have multiple high time frame candle closes above or below a certain area that you are interested to play along, and you see high time frame candle closes below, it's referred to as a failed auction and not a swing failure pattern. And they are very difficult to trade because they make you believe that you're going to come and fill the inefficiency, and then price still turns around to the upside. Okay, so it wasn't the easy one, but it's still good to see that it did play out. And I did see some of the legends inside of our Legends Pro community did take this trade successfully. And remember, guys, if you'd like to come and join our Legends Pro community, here is the link where you join our Legends Pro community. We have exclusive coaches inside of that community that provides education, that does live streams, including myself and Andy. If you want more of myself and Andy, and you also want exclusive content and trading setups together with education in terms of why we are looking at potential trading setups, where are we putting our risk management, where do we plan to take profits, this is the place you need to be. If you are serious about trading, okay, this is the place you want to be. Right. Also, Weeks and Bluffin, my two favorite exchanges there at the moment. Okay, cool. So, legends, now we've played out the worst case scenario here to the downside. Okay, let's go back here onto the 4-hour time frame. Choop. Okay, take out all these Fibonacci's. I have my box waiting over there. I wonder if you can set alarms on a box. No, you can't. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a line over here, ching, and I'm going to put an alarm on it because I don't want to miss that. Maybe I'm lucky. If I'm asleep, it will wake me up. Okay, if it doesn't hit during the FOMC meeting. Right, Legends Pro community is brilliant. Trading crypto, thank you so much. JTrader, everyone remember the FOMC event will be rate decision in 20 minutes, followed by a press conference 30 minutes later. Yes. And usually the move that happens after the news, the conference reverses. That's the one, how can I say, pattern that I've picked up, is that whatever move happens when the news gets released usually gets reversed when the press conference happens. Okay. Let's see if it's going to play out this time. This could swing one way or the other in 1.5 hours. Definitely. I mean, from 9 o'clock until 9:30, 10 o'clock, yeah, it's basically 1.5 hours, 2 hours. I think that we can expect some volatility for, around about 2 hours. Okay. Starting in 20 minutes. Yes. What is the time? 20:41. Yes. Starting in 20 minutes right over here. Okay. 9 p.m. my time. And it's now 41 past 8. Right, so 19 minutes and counting. So maybe I will still be live. Maybe I will still be live over here. And then we can watch the news together. I'm going to join the Legends Pro. I need to master this and change my life for my family and get the hell out of the UK. This place is done. Right, it's always amazing when people tell me that they want to leave their specific country, okay, and because people think the grass is always greener on the other side. I don't know, right? Maybe there's just more shit on the other side. Maybe that's why the grass is greener, and it's all just about perspective and what you prefer in life. And I know some people, for example, hate Dubai with a passion, and some people just love it. Okay, so it's all about preferences at the end of the day. So if you feel that you need to leave the UK, right, where would you like to go, by the way? Where would you like to go? Interested to know where you'd like to go. Why is your community so expensive if you are so good in trading when you shouldn't be charging as much as be minting money? I'm not sure what you mean, because the community used to be $150 a month. We've brought it down to $97 a month. And if you take like a 3-month or a 6-month package, the price comes down even further. We've also done extensive market research in terms of what other communities are charging. And I can tell you now, our community is not expensive. Okay, expensive is relative depending on the value that you get out of the community. That is my view, right? So when you walk into a Ferrari shop, do you ask how much is the Ferrari? No, okay? Maybe that was a bad point that I tried to make over there, but basically, guys, you cannot put a price tag on value. That's what it boils down to. I think we are very reasonably priced. It used to be $150. We've brought it down to $97, and you get even further discounts depending on the package that you buy. And the value, in my mind, is phenomenal. We have private coaches exclusive to Discord that provide education, trading setups, risk management. Myself and Andy drop daily alpha inside of the Legends Discord community. There's educational content. You get access to a masterclass that you would typically pay $1,000 and plus just to unlock that masterclass. You get it with the monthly subscription. Mahala. Okay, so I believe that there is massive value for $97. Portugal does not have... Here's a shorter version. Hi, Dewald. If price rejects in an SFP and the candle closing back into your area of interest... Oh, wait, I lost that. Let's go here. Interest is big. Do you wait for a retrace or enter immediately after the close? It depends on whether I'm in front of the charts or not. Sometimes, yes, that is how I will enter. As soon as price gets acceptance back below and it leaves the week behind, that's where I enter. Sometimes my alarm goes off, I'm busy with something, and I'll come back and I'll play the retest or the back test of that level. So it depends on what I'm doing, the price action that I'm seeing. I might enter either other way, because you could also get the double top, okay, that stops you out, and then it gets acceptance back below the level. That's where I'm a little bit persistent, and I'll get back into the trade. I'm not scared to get stopped out and re-enter a trade if I see what I like. Ziggy, so I hope that's answered your question. The price is good and I really like to pay it. Malaysia is underrated. Okay, crypto is very risky investment, I think. Yes, but I am not talking about, guys, remember, I'm not an investment channel. I am a day trading channel. If you would like to learn how to do technical analysis and be a day trader, okay, this is where I teach day trading. Investing, if you're saying crypto is very risky investment, yes, then you want to buy and hold for the long term. The project goes bust. Maybe you've invested in a specific altcoin. The project team, runs away with the money, whatever the case might be. Yes, any investment, whether you buy gold, whether you buy crude oil, whether you buy equities, commodities, crypto, every investment has risk. Every single investment has risk. You need to learn to manage your risk. Okay, as a day trader, we trade with stop losses and we trade with exceptionally good risk management. As a day trader, we don't care if Bitcoin is going to $200,000 or whether Bitcoin is going to $30,000. We just want volatility so that we can play the confluences areas, take profits where we're supposed to take profits. We get in, we take our money, we get out, and we look for the next trading setup. Okay, so right. Help the algorithm, guys. Smash that like. Yes, how many likes do we have? 133 likes, 281 people watching the stream. Are we going to match the number of people watching the stream with likes? Guys, that would be an absolutely amazing. Okay. News rate decisions often produce V-shapes. Graphics on the same day. Yes. So, I mean, Rudy, I'm not sure if you're feeling it in your bones as well, because I know that you are familiar with Elliot wave theory as well. Okay, I think, and I could be completely wrong, okay, I have my trading plan according to the levels that I'm watching, but I think, damn it, based on the news, looking at this little structure here to the upside on the 15-minute time frame, okay, let's look at this little structure. Let's take this out the way. Looking at this little structure over here, I think, sorry, not that one, this one. Let me just find my bearings over here. Rudy, I think based on the news event today, I would not be surprised to see this. And that is your V-shape that you are talking about. A, B, C, V-shape recovery back to the upside. I would not be surprised if this is the V-shape that you are talking about. Okay, but you're first going to get the V-shape to the downside, right? Up, down, and then up again, right? So for me, I have to speculate on a scenario. I have my trading plan based on the scenario, whether we go down first, whether we go up first. I think it's a high probable setup that could happen over here, but the market makers are not going to make it easy. And I do know with volatility, price moves fast, and the fastness of the price usually scares people. I can just imagine if price had to suddenly just jump and it's aggressive, people are like, Dewald has spoken about that level. What do I do? It looks extremely bullish, and then it falls back down. It happens so quickly. And then Dewald spoke about this level. Should I long? Okay, because it looks like it's going to fall, and then it goes and it V-shapes back to the upside. It happens so fast because the news action creates that volatility that almost even experienced traders that had a plan in these areas miss the trade, and they miss the trade because that's how fast the price action goes to the up and to the downside, because it looks extremely bullish, in terms of how aggressive the momentum climbs to the upside, and then it falls and it looks like, okay, it's going to take the low, guaranteed it's going to take the low, and then it turns around. It happens very quickly, and even experienced traders miss these trades based on news events because it happens so quickly. And that is why most, even experienced traders, stay out of it. They don't trade news events. They close their trades, or they tighten up their stop losses if they are inside a trade, and they go and make popcorn. Okay, right, legends. I'm not sure if we're going to get time to go through altcoins today because, I mean, the news is in 10 minutes, okay? The news is in 10 minutes and I don't want to miss out on the volatility over here. I have my alarm set over here. What I also want to do is I want to put an, okay, what I can maybe do is just set an alarm over here at the high, okay? And I want to set an alarm at the low, right? And I want to set an alarm at this naked point of control that I've got over here, daily naked point of control. Right, I'm somewhere going to change this level into an alarm. Okay, because if one of those alarms go off, and depending on where price is, I know what to do as a technical trader. Okay, I'm off to Dubai, Finn. Andy promised I could share. He's Beagle Inu's doghouse. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. Dewald, I am 50k down in altcoins. Will it ever recover? Yes. I mean, I'm not hopeful that it's going to recover. I don't believe that it's going to recover. I think it is going to recover, but it's going to test your patience. Okay. It would be so unnatural to not have at least a mini altcoin season, because, you know, from a psychology perspective, how many minutes do we have left? I just don't want to miss this action over here. So what I want to just quickly point out over here, I'm not going to spend too much time on it. Who asked this question? Ayush, let's just quickly look at this chart over here. Let's go here onto the weekly time frame. Let me slap it onto logarithmic. Let me just clean up all the scribble that I have over here, and let me quickly explain. Okay, it's not because I believe and I'm hopeful, and in fact, you know, I don't like the word believe. I don't like that word at all. I do not like the word believe at all, because the word believe, if you believe in something, you are limiting your capacity to absorb knowledge, because belief is limiting. Okay, anyways, right, can take that trend out the way. Let's do this. Okay, 4-year cycles, halvings, bull and bear markets, where the cycles came to an end, and the calculations, which I'm not going to share right now. Okay, so we are now officially inside of the 4th bull market since 2012. We are now in the 4th bull market, and every single bull market has played out exactly the way that it had to play out, and it balances. The equation balances from a mathematical perspective. Okay, you've had a bull market, and usually 50% of the bull market is before the halving and the other 50% is after the halving. Then you have round about 12 to 13 month bear market. You have a 3-year bull market, 1-year bear market, 3-year bull market, 1-year bear market. And every single time it has played out to perfection. And every single time everyone said it's going to be different. And it hasn't been different yet. Yes, it does vary with a couple of months. Sometimes it's like a month shorter or 2 months shorter. Sometimes it's a month later or 2 months later, but it's inside of the cycle, the 4-year cycle, more or less inside of the 4-year cycle. And I remember every time we go through a bear market, every time we go through a bull market, everyone says on YouTube, on social media, on X, Twitter, whatever the case might be, this time is going to be different. And guess what? It has not been different to date. Okay, so looking at where we are right now, let me take your comment here out the way so that everyone can see what I am looking at over here. We are over here. So based on data, not because I believe and I'm hopeful and I'm praying for the best and oh my God, my altcoin portfolio, yes, my altcoin portfolio does look terrible. Okay, I do have some nice little spot bags that are still profitable that I accumulated during this phase over here, but the recent spot bag that I built up, it looks terrible. But okay, based on data, the bull market ain't over yet. And I'm not saying this because I want to say this. I'm just saying based on data is not over yet. It still needs to, I don't care how high it's going to go, okay? I really don't care because the target is very difficult to calculate. I care about how long it's going to take. And based on the duration of when the bull market is potentially coming to an end, Q4 of this year, October, November, December, that is most likely when the bull market is coming to an end. There is still a lot of time for an altcoin season to kick in from now up until the end of the year. So based on data, I think there is still an altcoin season on the cards, because also I know that most of the altcoin seasons happened towards the end of the cycle. That is where you get the euphoria. Okay, have you guys seen that? I'm not going to go Google it now, but have you guys seen that cheat sheet of Wall Street that shows you the hope and the complacement and the euphoria and the blow of tops, and then people go through depression and, you know, anxiety and disbelief and all this? You know, you guys know which chart I'm talking about. I'll bring it up during my next live stream. Okay. But most of the altcoin explosion, the face melting price action that creates that sense of I cannot lose, I'm just going to print money forever, that sense of euphoria where people do stupid things with money, where pixelated pictures of rocks sells for hundreds of millions of dollars, where people, you know, this previous bull cycle was an NFT craziness. Do you guys remember the craziness around NFTs during this cycle over here? It was NFTs and those crypto punks and just shit selling for crazy. There's stupidity in the market, and I have not seen stupidity just as yet. Yes, we've had a couple of meme coins that's exploded and done 100x's here to the upside, etc. But I have not seen the crazy euphoria that I've seen during the ends, you know, the ending cycles over here. And I remember this one very clearly because I was here. There was just, it was, from a psychology perspective, I don't think that we've hit euphoria just as yet. Okay, so from the data that I have here in front of me, it looks like, okay, there is still lots of time for a proper alt season here to the upside. Okay, it would be very strange based on data for Bitcoin just to take a dump to the downside, because then for the first time in history, it's not going to respect the 4-year cycle theory based on halving and etc. Okay, anything is possible. Nothing is ever invalidation. I'm just saying that for me as a technical trader, I have to make robotic decisions based on data. That is how I trade. That is how I invest. I do not trade or invest with emotion. I have to look at data and make trading decisions. And based on the data that I'm seeing here at the moment, it looks like the bull market could still potentially continue until the end of the year. Never guaranteed, but high probability. Okay, so we're getting the pump here to the upside. News is about to come out. Woo, what? 2 minutes and counting, 2 minutes and counting. I just want to minimize the screen ever so much so we can see the time over here. Okay, see the time over there. Right. Cool. Ooh, what else is happening over here? Let's go through some comments. If you want to invest, you should do it in the bear market, right? Yes, I mean, if you want to invest, you should do it in the bear market, or you could have a DCA plan where you buy every single month, you buy into your favorite commodity, altcoin, gold, silver, whatever the case might be. And it also depends on your investment horizon, depending on when do you want to cash out. If it's a long-term investment, something that you want to keep for 10, 20, 30 years, okay, you could literally, you don't have to wait for bear markets. You can just DCA every month, a little bit of your salary. DCA every single month, because markets are bound to go up by a lot in 20, 30 years from now. So you don't have to necessarily wait for a bear market. If you have the patience to wait for a bear market and only invest during bear markets, after each 4-year or 3-year cycle we go into a bear market, by all means. I mean, that's how you're going to maximize your capital. Okay, so it really depends on your investment horizon. So I have a long-term investment portfolio, which I'm going to keep for 20, 30 years. And then I have a short-term that I'm going to cash out during the end of the cycle. Okay, and then I have my day trades where I cash out daily. Okay, this is my day trades. I get in, I get out on a daily basis. I long to the upside, I short to the downside. I long to the upside, I short to the downside. I get in, I get out. That's my day trading portfolio. Then you get an investment portfolio. Then you can do swing trading. Okay, well, swing trading is also, you know, trading at the end of the day. Also, you need to apply good risk management. Right, what is I want to see what CVD is doing. What is CVD doing? Okay, the volatility is starting to kick in. What is the news? What is the news? 4.5. Oh, we got exactly what was predicted. Exactly what was predicted. Unchanged. Yep, no change. Interest rate 4.5. Okay, so now the market's like, okay, well, we got exactly what we wanted. So does that justify a pump to the upside, or does that justify a drop to the downside? Will that, you know, will the Fed increase or decrease rates based on that, or will it stay the same, unchanged? That is now the question. Okay, so for now, not much, right? I can see a little bit of volatility, but not much. But it's usually with the press conference where the action happens. Okay, most of the action happens with the conference, this little conference over here. That's where most of the action happens. Okay, if this was a different number, okay, there would have been a lot of action over here as well. If that was a different number, is the one to bring the volatility. Yes, no financial advice, I agree. Okay, Fed conference in 30 minutes, agreed. SFP from 102,970. 102,970. Let's just do this so I can swipe between 102,970. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't call that an SFP. It hasn't tapped that level just as yet. But I mean, if you were to consider an SFP from that high, you know, I like to say any trade is a good trade with good risk management. Because we also have to consider, right, like Rudy has mentioned, a B wave has many targets. Okay, unfortunately, a B wave has many targets. It can tap the 786 and fall down. It can tap the 0.88 and fall down. It can swing the highs and fall down. It can go to the box and then fall down. Unfortunately, a B wave has many, many targets, and they are notoriously difficult to trade. I even know of some Elliot wave traders that will tell you they do not trade B waves. They are too difficult, and they just stuff them around and they wait for the C wave or the third wave, or, you know, C waves and third waves are usually the best waves to trade once you're inside of them. Okay, right. So, getting the dump to the downside, but I'm sure we are building up some nice bullish CVD. Okay, we do have bullish CVD building up against this pivot. Insane bullish CVD against this pivot. Right, let's see. It's just volatility, legends. You know, it's difficult to trade news events. I have my trading plan, and I told everyone, depending on where price ends up and which alarm goes off, I will take a trading decision. That is how I roll. 97 buy, 97 buy. Ooh, 97. Right, SFP from the low. Oh, you basically mean this naked point of control. Yes, definitely a possibility. I have discussed this scenario as well. Okay, this is why I, as a technical trader, I have a plan everywhere. Okay, that $97K that you are highlighting over there, Ali, that $97,000 that you're highlighting over there has confluence with a 0.618. You have a naked point of control of the entire range that we formed since November. And right, so it is a juicy level, but I want to see price get acceptance back above this low. Even this low. Okay, I'm spotting this low over now. if you want a little bit of a better entry, if price falls for some reason and it gets acceptance back above, I'm going to be interested in a long, because then I know where to put my stop loss. That's the most important reason for me, legends, is that I need to know where to put my stop loss. That is the most important thing for me. As soon as I know where to put my stop loss, that's usually where I make a trading decision. If I don't know where to put my stop loss, I don't take the trade, because risk management is number one priority for me. Right, legends, remember to smash up the like. Ooh, 263 likes and 268 people watching. Can we get 10 more likes? Can we get 10 more likes? Is it possible to get 10 more likes? Does anyone still have a like in them? Can we get 10 more likes? Make the pump great again. Pump the like button for Daddy Dewald. Yes, Mr. Alex, thank you so much. My grandmother asked about XRP. Take it as you like. Got you, Chase. Thank you so much. Oh, wow, legends. We have made history on this channel. We have made history. Let me just, let us celebrate the history that we've just made on the channel. We have more likes than people watching the live stream at the moment. How is this even possible?
Big move in Bitcoin then, in contrast to all the notes I wrote pre-show, which
How
were telling me that this was going to put Bitcoin under pressure.
Amazing.
Yeah,
You guys
the
are
narrative that perhaps this launch of these political meme coins will sap flows from Bitcoin is showing us that it's really not the case this morning. If anything, it's just accelerated the momentum and the excitement around cryptocurrency under another Trump administration.
Hi, 𝗖𝗿𝘆𝗽𝗍. What is all this FOMO about? Should I buy Bitcoin now?
Are you smoking your socks? You should rather watch my show. You should rather watch my show.
Right, legends. That was my celebration song. I need to get, me and my brother are doing some amazing work together. He's made the intro song here for me, which is an absolute killer of the song. Love it, love it, love it. You guys said I need to put smoking my socks in the song. Well, it is in the song, okay? I've put smoking my socks in the song, but I also want to do like a little bit of a celebration song. I want to do a bearish song for if price just, gets really bad to the downside, like a really bad depressing song. And we're gonna put some nice little tracks here together to entertain the crowd, entertain myself most importantly. And legends, I mean, we have made history here on the channel. We have more likes than people watching the live stream here at the moment. So I appreciate every one of you over here. Thank you so much. And right, let's maybe smoke your socks off t-shirt. Right, tell me you're Dutch without telling me you're Dutch. Right, legends, let's do. I mean, the Fed conference is in half an hour. Legend, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to stay up that late. I still got some stuff to do. Still need to go and wash my hair and, blow wave my toes and smoke my socks, most importantly. So, right, legends, let's maybe look at an altcoin, okay? What we can do is you guys can go and vote for your favorite altcoin request. What crypto big brains, and if there are still mods here in the house, let me check. Do we still have mods? No financial advice here. They will go and pick one altcoin that I need to do technical analysis, and I will go and do technical analysis on that one altcoin. So they will sift through the comments for me, and one of the mods, okay, no financial advice, will tell me which altcoin is the most requested. So let's go, legends, let's go. We've got Rune, we've got, is that it? Tia, we've got Doge. I'm going to let no financial advice choose. I'm not going to choose. What are altcoins? Show me nothing. This is funny. This is funny. Link, right? I'm going to let no financial advice choose. We've got Theta. We've got 8AR. We've got TIA. We've got Render. We've got Render Rune. We've got ETH. We've got Render. We've got Hyperliquid. Okay. Is Hyperliquid even the ticker symbol? Right. I'm going to let Mr. No Financial Advice choose over here, and then I will go and do technical analysis on that altcoin. Let's go, let's go. Remember, guys, most of the altcoins that I am going to do technical analysis on can be traded with the link down in the description. Weeks where you get the largest sign-up bonus, 50% discount on your trading fees, and all you need is an email and a password. Amazing, 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 amazing. If you don't like Weeks, I've got Bluffin, also an email and a password where you can, the more you trade, the more money gets airdropped into your account. Right. Also your way to support the channel, but I also organize you the best deals from these exchanges. Do we have? ETH is the most requested, Dewald. Let's go. ETH is the most requested. Woo. Technical analysis on Ethereum. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go and look at ETH. Bam. Okay, not that ETH. This ETH. Right, let's see. Where can we like to be on Mr. ETH over here? Okay, legends. I just want to make sure that I'm on the regular scale over here. Okay, the most bullish structure. Let's talk about the most bullish structure for ETH here at the moment is that we are potentially forming a 1-2-1-2. Okay, that is the most bullish structure. A double 1-2 gives you, okay, a 1-2-1-2 equals very big move to the upside. Okay, very big move. Okay, a normal 1-2 equals a move to the upside, but a double 1-2, okay, that's like having 2 eggs on your Dagwood. It's just like super yolky, juicy. Okay, it's a double surprise. So if this is a double 1-2, okay, where you formed a 1-2-1-2, I do still like this low for now. That little low that we formed over here, because it already swept up the liquidity. But I have to stay realistic and say, well, if we are forming a double 1-2, okay, you need to take your FIB from the low to the high, right? And the maximum bounce that you would like to see from ETH over here is $2,725. Because if you're forming a 1-2-1-2, this needs to be your maximum target, because wave 2s, okay, in a 1-2 has a maximum or a preferred maximum target of the 0.786. But there's a chance that the low could be in, because it already swept up the liquidity. And now the question is, well, right, let me just take the comment here out the way. And now the question is, well, Dewald, which one is it now? Is the low in, or are we going to hit this level? This is why I rely on my D lines. Okay, my trend lines. For those of you that don't know what a D line is, it's my trend lines. This is why I rely on my D lines, because whatever price does over here, whatever price does, if it breaks out and it starts consolidating outside, and especially if it takes that high and you start changing market structure, that retracement is going to be a very interesting long opportunity, because you're starting to change market structure. You've broken the trend, which is a sign that you're changing momentum. Okay? If price does not break out, then I wait, because it can continue to fall over here. Okay, Dewald said that the low could be in. Now we're tanking it to the downside. I also said keep an eye on the trend. So you could be buying up the dips and buying up the dips, but then you're going to have to keep on buying up the dips because it can make another dip to the downside. Tap the 786 over here. Okay, and now you have 3 peaks to the downside, and we all know what happens when you see 3 peaks. It's usually a nice bullish sign, depending on whether they're to the upside. Okay, here as well. 1, 2, 3. You see 3 peaks to the upside, you go down. You see 3 peaks to the downside, there's a high chance that you go up. Okay, so there's a chance that it still claims that low, but I must say ETH is still inside of a structure that has a lot of breathing room left for a dump to the downside. So if Bitcoin decides to take a little bit of a fart here to the downside and it drags the alt down even more with it, okay, I think ETH still has a lot of breathing room. And what I do like about the 786 over here, okay, is that this entire consolidation area that took from August up until November, August, September, October, November, a 3-month consolidation area. You can imagine that these highs over here are going to provide support, and you will also potentially successfully create an RS flip. So what do I mean by an RS flip? Okay, there's your support. Make it green because support is green, resistance is red. Okay, you had, this is now basic technical analysis. This is not even looking at Elliott wave theory. You have resistance, you have resistance, 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 and then magically something happened and ETH said, stuff the resistance, I'm going. Okay, and it just went. And it's quite normal after you've had strong resistance like this for price to come back down and flip the resistance into support. Now you have successfully done an RS flip. You flipped resistance back into support. And this is why I will still be bullish on ETH at $2,700. I will still be bullish over here because I know that this consolidation area is going to provide immense support. But I will still wait for the break of the trend, because there's always that what if scenario that it looks bullish, it rejects, and it falls down. Okay, and then we're going to say, well, legends, maybe we should have just waited for the break of the trend, right? This is what happened to Rune. Okay, Rune did not break the trend. It just continued to fall, to fall, to fall, to fall, and then it stopped me out of my swing trade. But I did have a very low position in Rune because I told everyone, okay, if ETH, okay, I'm just applying this to the Rune setup as well. If ETH has to break out over here and it claims that high, I want to see it claim that high, because if you get a breakout, okay, that's your first bullish sign. Definitely tick number 1. That is a bullish sign because it looks like you're changing momentum. But from a confirmation perspective, if you want that extra confirmation, wait until you claim that high. That retracement, that is your buying opportunity, because now you're forming a higher high, a higher low, and off to the races you go. Okay, so it's either going to happen over here where it holds this low, and now I can zoom in. Okay, let's go and zoom into the 1 hour here on ETH and just look at this structure that it's building over here. Okay, so if I take a fib from the low to the high and I look at this structure, you can see that we are now dancing around the 786. If ETH can hold this level over here and not break down and tap the 0.88, it has a chance for a successful breakout to the upside. You can see I have a mini trend that I'm tracking over here as well, because I want to try and catch the breakout before the breakout. I want a better position so that when this breakout happens, I can protect my position and have a free trade to the upside. So it's just part of my game, okay? But this level at $3,000.39 needs to hold, because if ETH is going to fall down here, what happened? Am I still live? Legends, let me know. Oh, it happened. Legends, let me know if I'm still live, because my YouTube feed just dropped for some reason. Yes, all good. Okay, thanks, financial advice. Right, what's happening to... Okay, Bitcoin. Right, I see my feed, my YouTube feed screen just dropped over here. So yes, I can still see the comments at least. So it's still coming through. It's all still live, Dewald. Okay, so if you tap the 0.88, you increase the probabilities of taking the low. And then I'm looking at the zone here at $2,700. So that is my technical analysis on Ethereum. And Ethereum can be traded on weeks. Right, all good. Yes, you are. Ethereum growth seems to be a bluff in the bull run. Yes, I mean, I had a picture. Let me see if I still have this picture. Did I delete that picture or did I put it under my trading patterns? Let me check something here. Right, something that I want to point out. If you look at, let me take all of this noise out the way. Let's go back to the regular scale. Take the brush out. This is Bitcoin, right, on the weekly time frame. Simple trend. Okay, this is Bitcoin on the weekly time frame. This is ETH. Let me open up ETH on this tab. On the weekly time frame. Okay, do you see the difference? And that's why I say I think there's still an alt season on its way. There is still an alt season on its way. Look at Bitcoin. Look at ETH. ETH is lagging behind. It's the sleeping giant. It's the child, the orphan that everyone has forgotten about. No one wants to buy ETH anymore. ETH is dead. Solana is better. Every other altcoin is better than ETH at the moment. But I'm telling you guys now, it's going to have its moment. It's going to have its moment and it's going to catch up very aggressively to Bitcoin. Okay, to have that similar structure and perhaps even go beyond. We don't know, right? But it has some serious catching up to do. Ooh, definitely looks very interesting. Okay, still 162% away. Also, when I look at ETH/BTC, okay, I'm doing a deep dive here on ETH, guys, because that's why I asked Mr. Not Financial Advice to give me one altcoin so I can do a little bit of a deeper dive, okay? Ooh, we are hitting critical support over here. Critical support. What you want to see from the structure, from the low to the high, you want to see the 786 hold. We are still inside of this channel and we are shaving now against the bottom of this channel, but we are hitting major support. This is not Mickey Mouse support. This is major support. Resistance, support, support, resistance, support. You've broken out. You're potentially now doing an RS flip on ETH/BTC, and I can tell you guys now, once ETH/BTC takes off over here and it breaks out of this channel, okay, it's going to be too late to get into ETH. You need to buy when no one wants to buy. That's the trick of investing. Obviously, no financial advice. And I'm not talking to you, no financial advice as a mod. I'm saying no financial advice in turn. I'm just a crazy dude on YouTube, okay, playing cool songs and drawing pictures on charts, right? But ETH/BTC is at a very interesting level. Even when I go to the lock scale, okay, it has tapped the 0.618. And we all know how magical the 0.618 level is. You have beautiful support over here. You've made a wave to the upside. You came back for correction. I think what would also be interesting is to go and take a time fib. Let's go look at a time fib. Let's take a time fib from the start to the high. So do you guys see? Okay, it's time. It really, ETH, ooh, it's gonna, when it leaves, it's gonna leave. Okay, you have a high, you have an impulse to the upside. Look how long this corrective structure has taken. It's already past the 1-to-1 extension. It's in the perfect zone for a low to be made. The corrective structure has been way longer than the impulse. Way longer. Okay, so ETH is hitting critical support. I don't know, legends, like from a technical perspective, everything screams like something is going to happen with ETH in the coming weeks. Something's going to happen. I seriously doubt that ETH is going to lose the support with at least a reaction. So worst case scenario is it finds support, it comes back to the top of the channel like it did over here, like it did over there, and it falls down again. But that's still going to be insane for ETH. I at least expect a reaction in the zone, at least to come and tap the top of the channel. It's very unlikely that it's just going to continue the fall in a straight line. Okay, we've been in that channel for very long. Anyways, you guys get the point, right? You guys get the point. Legends, that is basically all I have time for today. Thank you so much for giving me more likes than people viewing the live stream. How many likes do we have? 325 likes, 200 people watching the live stream. This is absolutely mind-blowing. Thank you so much, Legends. I appreciate the love, and it seems that on this channel we break records as well. Absolutely amazing. Legends, thank you so much for spending the evening with me, or afternoon or morning, from wherever you are, from around the world. Until the next one, cheers for now.